White Castle Crave cases. You ever seen those? These Crave cases are serious. It's a whole box of burgers. You get 30 sliders, any 30 sliders. I heard about this years ago. All the Americans were on this. And everybody else that can enjoy the wondrous White Castle and whatnot. It's like, we've seen the movie. I've seen the movie. I'm obsessed with the movie. What movie? It's like Harold and Kumar go to White Castle. All my friends love that one. It's the funniest thing. I'm like the biggest fan. But I've never been to White Castle. So why don't you show up on StacksAMilli and go eat the Crave case, make a video and be like, ha, StacksAMilli, aha, you can't have this, we can. I think the only one I've ever had was the frozen one you get at the grocery store. Why can't StacksAMilli go to the United States? Well, I think it's got something to do with me being white. Ever since Obama and then now Kamala and everything, they say I'm too white. Okay? They say that everybody else is more assimilated than me. And because I'm not assimilated. Like, other people are scared to say certain words. I just say them and I don't care. And I carry a gun, too, legally. And nobody else will ever step on my freedom of speech. And we owned a vast amount of property in the United States. My dad still lives down there, but my dad don't say the words I do. But maybe in the future it'll get different. Where, I was naturally born in Canada, but I was supposed to be citizen of USA and Canada because my family. But it doesn't really matter to me. Bring White Castle to Canada. That's what I've been doing, bringing stuff to Canada. I can just order a lot of stuff and bring it to Canada. But we don't got White Castle in Canada. They got it in Ohio, I think, though. Crave case. There's a lot of people just like me, though, I swear, up in Canada. I was like, we need Sonic up in Canada, and White Castle would be nice up in Canada, too. And don't think everything's all in Toronto. That's like saying, that's almost like putting everything in Atlanta. It's like, why is everything just sitting in Atlanta? There's Macon, Georgia. There's this Georgia, that Georgia. Same with Canada. There's like Toronto, and then there's like all these towns and cities all around it. Like thousands of towns and cities all around it that need Sonics and White Castles and all that. We only have McDonald's and Wendy's and yada yada. I wish my town had a Taco Bell. Taco Bell would be really nice. White Castle would be really nice. They tried Target out here. Target could have lasted out here, eh? It could have. It could have. But they put too many Targets. They did like a nationwide Target revamp. It shouldn't have been so many Targets. There should have been like 3 Targets all nationwide. They tried to do 50, 75 Targets. It ain't that big of a city. But you could, I mean, as a country, you could have had 3 or 4. You could have had like 3 or 4 in some of the major, because we have major areas. We got Toronto area, then you got Lake Huron, then you got north of there, and you got Windsor, you got London. You could have put like maybe 3. You just don't want to do too many. You're not McDonald's, you know what I mean? But people are sick of McDonald's even too. Look at this, White Castle, 30 sliders in 13 minutes. I could do that. And it's a special, it's like a really nice little patty too, and it has these minced onions. It's got, it's good. I've had it before. I had the frozen variation, and I'm sure it's very similar. But man, I've always wanted it fresh from the gosh darn location. There's a lot of jealousy that went on about how I'm so royal and everything. I don't know what it is. The only person that would have been able to afford one of these things is me, and I can't even go get one. So have fun going out of business and stuff. But there is a lot of Americans, though, just that have lived in America their whole lives, or whatever type of Americans, that, I mean, I bet you they're sick of it. But I guess they're sick of, they've already had White Castle. And they like to share it with their Trinidadians and all that. They don't like sharing it with the Canadians. Only the old Canadians. They love their old grandmas and stuff. Right? Old snowbirds. They love their snowbirds, but anybody else, they don't like any of our polar bears or abominable snowmen or nothing like that. They just like their weak old people that go down, which is unfortunate. Here's the stuff my dad's into. My dad lives in the States. See, my dad you could buy one of these brand new in the store for $300, but my dad go rather spend $450 on an old one that somebody's selling down in the United States. It's funny because the United States is what manufactures the stuff I buy, and then they ship it up to me, and then the American citizens use all the old garbage from the 1940s or whatever. It's hilarious. I don't know how they've had it set up. I'm their number one customer, but I've never been there. Or I'm going to be. A lot of older people are dying. The new people are taking place. And it's all my friends that are buying. I'm looking at these Aventadors. Any of you guys have an Aventador? Or you want an Aventador? They have them. By the time we can afford them, I bet you it'll be called something else, though. Lamborghini Huracan. Huracan, I don't mind it. Because we don't get hurricanes up here much, so I'd feel really good up in a Huracan, like laughing at people that get hit by hurricanes. Yeah, they just got hit by another one. What's the name of this one? I swear to God, that'd be my attitude. We don't get hit by I don't live anywhere by New York City. And now you're dissing New York. We don't get hit by hurricanes where I am. See, that's the thing. You can build your house, but what about geographic location? That's what I learned when I was a kid. Geographic location's the most expensive part. No, it ain't. It's not the most expensive part, actually. It's one of the cheaper parts to find where you're going to buy or invest the money to build a house. Right? It was like, do you want to work your whole life or whatever to build a house in like Florida where they're getting a lot of hurricanes and floods? I'm like, why the hell would I start? Why would I work my ass off and break my back and sweat just to have my house deleted or get hit by hurricanes and tornadoes all the time? I'm like, I'm going back up to Canada. We don't got nothing up here except snow. Then if you actually build a house, save up and build a house, it ain't going to be, and you build it like a big, almost like that movie that Jack Nicholson's in. I've never seen this before, Canada with a K. What's that movie that Jack Nicholson's in? They're in this big, gigantic hotel and it gets snowed in. Yeah, you could be like, and he has a ham radio and everything. And during the winter time, that's how it is sometimes. You're there and you don't leave. You have all the food and everything generally for the whole winter time. And you get snowed in, but you have a really nice house to get snowed in on and everything. I can't remember what the movie's called. Oh, I remember this one about Schmidt. That one's a good one. My Auntie Patty's a big fan of this guy, this Jack Nicholson. And I am too, but not as sexual as my auntie, I think. But you know who else is a big fan of this? And that's what I'm saying. You know, a lot of people have that disease. It's like, you know who else is a big fan of that? Of Jack is my friend Boat. He likes that one there. Here's Jack Nicholson when he was younger. But I'm thinking that movie there, the one where he's coming through that door, it's a scary movie. He goes from being a really nice father, he's supposed to be writing this book, and the hotels did everything in their power to they gave him the whole hotel to himself to write this book and stuff like that. Or he didn't, there was no rush. He could write whenever he wanted. He could sit in the grand ballroom and write the book and everything. It's a great one. Much authors like the book. A lot of people, even if you're not into literature, like the movie. And then he gets on the ham radio, and that's how he connects to people. Talks to people on the radio that are real people around. But he gets so snowed in that no one can reach him or nothing. And then some kind of evil spirit or something takes over from the hotel, and he starts seeing visions of some horrors and whatnot. He starts having horror visions of the bathtub one is a famous one and yada yada. with the red rum and all that. And I'm not going to mention that song, my brother's song. It was same with Cody Chapman that used to. They don't have that anymore. They threw it away, so that's irrelevant. The Shining. This one's great. The Tide of Terror That Swept America is here, and you can find that one. You know, Stanley Kubrick and Stephen King and Jack and the rest of the people that are in it. There's no way, you know, that one will get lost. I think that one will be available for a really long time. 1980 psychological horror film, and it's been around since 1980, this film. It's a good film. I watched it. But you know how I learned about it was I first seen a picture of my friend Boat. He's got a replication of this picture. I don't have it no more. See what I mean? See who those people are? Oh, look at this part. This part where it all fills up with blood and everything. Oh, I like this part where they go outside. He's a maniac. I think he's chasing his son and his wife. And they're trying to escape. And it's freezing outside. But he's so ambitious on catching them and doing some harm to his own family that he freezes to death eventually, I think, but it's a long journey. And there's like, I don't know how they make it out. It's in a car or a little Jeep thingy or something like that. Look at this inside here. Yeah, this is one of the rooms. There's a lot to this movie you got to watch. I don't remember this part. I don't remember what the woman looked like. Shelley Duvall and Scatman Crothers. Danny Lloyd. It's a good one. You have to watch it. But Jack, Nicholson. Not all his movies are really like scary or nothing though. He has a couple good ones. There was one with Cher in it that's really, really family friendly. Can't remember the name of that one though, but that's another one of my favorites. Cher, the singer. She's a very famous singer. When I was growing up, and my mom actually too, she was like sort of like this. She's an all-American famous singer. You probably already know her. I went and seen that movie she's in too. She's in a lot of movies, even new ones. I went and seen the new one. There's a new one, Mamma Mia. Yeah. Oh, I'm stuttering because I just woke up. Oh, here it is, The Witches of Eastwick. Yeah, this is a good one. I can't remember the movie, but I know that I believe he has 3 girlfriends sort of thing, or they're his friends. He's like this older guy, and I know older guys like him, and he's got these 3 women friends. They remind me a lot of my aunties or whatever, I guess, and maybe a lot of people, they remind of whatever and whatnot, and then he hangs out with them, but they turn out to be witches, and they got powers and yada yada. And I think there's a lot of comedy in it and whatnot, too. It's a good one for classic. It's a very classy comedy, I would say. One of the classierest comedies that I've ever seen or whatever. Anyway. I'm getting pretty tired right now, as you can tell in my voice, with the stuttering and the mispronunciations and the repetitiousness of the stuttering and yada yada. Kathy Bates. Chinatown, sick of it. Sick of anything Chinatown. I mean, that's the thing when I was a kid. It was like, you want to go to Chinatown? Well, there's Chinatown. You can go eat Peking duck in Chinatown. Now I'm like, okay, I've been to Chinatown, seen Chinatown, ate in Chinatown, everything in Chinatown. All right. But there is Chinatown if you never got to go yet. And eat your heart out. I actually even got really nice clothing in Chinatown. They have a lot of replica clothing in Chinatown. But nowadays I do not buy replica. I only buy the legit. Unless it's like some deal or something. Unless there's some special deal. If you can give me special deal, I buy lots. But I don't trust no one no more. I'm so sick of it. I'm so sick of it. Sick of handing over the dollar and no return, mine. I just want, you know, I'm so sick of it that I'd rather pay the extra money, no problems. I get what I pay for. Because sometimes you order online, it don't come. But if you hear for sure, then you're there for sure. That's Chinatown, but I'm not there for sure. But I'm scared to hand over the money. I'm scared to hand over $300 to the online getting it in the mail. I'd rather just go and pick it up, but it's so far from me, this Chinatown now. Look at these Louis Vuitton bags. This is quality right here. Some good ones. You could have the whole set. Here's Officer or something looking through the bags. That one didn't look too nice anyway, but he picking out the best one. Jalan Petaling. Oh man, my familiarity with these streets, I don't know. I've only seen them on the internet. I've seen the videos, those videos where the one guy, I can't remember his name, and he goes, he's from the United States. He tells everyone, I'm from USA, I'm from USA. And he goes to all those markets. He's a very lucky guy. I mean, I think he should slow down. I think he is slowed down. He's very successful. He has millions and millions and millions of views. But he travels a lot, and he gets special deals on hotels. You get special deals on everything. But I don't want him to get hurt, because we hear things can happen. And he did every market. He's done every market. Can't remember his name. Yeah, that's the guy. He does every market and yada yada. You tell me his name. He's on YouTube. Gold bullions?